Today I'm going to show you how to draw this cute little flower with coloring pencils. This is an easy beginner drawing lesson for kids of all ages, so let's begin. Hi everyone, welcome to Rain Francis Art for Kids. My name is Rain. In this series, Nature and the Universe, we draw everything that's in nature and everything that's up in the skies. So let's begin. Okay, let's draw our flower. This is what you'll need for today's drawing. You're going to need a piece of paper. I have my dollar store drawing pad here. It's 9 inches by 12 inches wide. I have a pencil. I have an eraser. I have my old paintbrush here that I've never used for painting. I can wipe away the eraser bits and the dust off my page. And we're going to need some color. Today we're going to be using orange, yellow, green, and brown. And I have, as usual, my fine-tipped black marker that I use for outlining, and that is optional. If you don't have one, you could use a black coloring pencil, okay? And you can always use markers or crayons to draw this flower. Okay, let's clear off our workspace and let's draw a flower. Let's start with getting the eraser bits off my page. Now I'm going to start with a circle. This is going to be the middle of the flower. Just a circle like this. It's going to be kind of the flower's face, just like that. And I'm going to draw some petals. I don't know how many. I'll see how many fit. But they're going to be nice and round. I guess we're going to have 5. You can draw as many as you want. There we go. We've got 5 petals. Now the next thing we're going to do is draw the stem of the flower. So I'm going to put mine coming out from the side here, and it's going to be a little squiggly. And I'm going to stop there and draw another line to make the stem of the flower. And I'll just put a little line at the bottom. Now we want our flower to have some leaves. So why don't I draw some leaves on either side? We'll draw one leaf, one there, and one over here. There we go. Now our little flower is going to be sitting in a pot. So let's draw a pot, just a little one. It's going to be kind of an oval shape like this, and the pot's going to come down like this. Very easy pot. Now just around the stem, I'm going to draw a little oval here, just like that. And I'll show you why after. Now why don't we draw her eyes right now? We're going to draw some big oval eyes. I love those oval eyes. And another oval at the bottom for her pupils. Okay? And we'll draw a big smile. Big open smile. And we'll put in some more details later, but let's start coloring in our flower. The first thing I'm going to do is take my yellow, and I'm going to color in her face, but I'm going to be very careful not to get any of the yellow into her eyes. It's okay if you get the yellow into her mouth. That's okay. We want her mouth to be yellow on the inside. Now, if you're using coloring pencils and you've watched my videos before, you know what I'm about to say. Don't press down too hard. You don't have to. And turn your pencil once in a while so you don't wear it down all on one side. Because if you wear it down all on one side, you know what happens? You have to sharpen it more often, and it doesn't last as long. And we want to keep our art supplies as long as possible because everything is so expensive these days. We want to try to save as much as we can, and art supplies are very important. So there's the yellow color. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to color it in a second time. Now this is called coloring in a second layer. And I'm not pressing down hard at all. But this is why I told you not to press down, because we add layers of color. You see the difference between one layer and two layers here? Adding layers makes the color more vibrant. If it's a light color like yellow, it's much brighter and much more colorful. If you're doing layers with black, then it's darker and it's a lot more black. So I want you to keep that in mind when you're coloring with pencils. You can add as many layers as you want. Sometimes I add 3, 4, 5 layers to get the brightness that I want or the darkness that I want. Okay, so there's our yellow. I'm going to take my orange and I'm going to color in every one of the petals. And I'm going to do the same thing. I'm going to press very, very lightly, turn my pencil once in a while, and then add a second layer of orange. Does that make sense? I'm just going to be careful not to go outside of my lines, and I don't want to get any of that orange into the yellow. So I'll start with coloring in the first layer on all of the petals, and then I'll do the second layer, turning my pencil. And we'll see, I might want to add a third layer. I want to see what it looks like after I add the second layer. All right. Well, summer is winding down, isn't it? Summer is over where I live. Don't forget to turn your pencil. It's time for autumn now. The nights are getting cold. The days are getting short. I love autumn, but I do miss seeing these flowers around. We still have some flowers, but we've got cold nights. Sometimes we get frost, so the flowers don't stick around too long this time of the year. But at least we can always draw one, right? If we want to see a flower, we can always draw a flower. That's the fun thing about art. You can create whatever you want to see. Now, are you turning your pencil? If you're using crayons, I want you to turn your crayon too, so you don't wear it all down and flatten it out. Okay, so that's the first layer of orange. I'm going to go ahead and apply a second layer of orange to each petal. And I'm not pressing down very hard at all. And I'm turning my pencil. You see the difference, eh? It's a big difference. The orange looks so much more vibrant with 2 layers. Turn your pencil. Oh, I love this. It's looking really nice. I always say don't press down too hard. And that's because you don't want to break the tip of your pencil, but also you don't want to hurt your hand. If you're pressing down really hard, you could wear your hand out. You know, you could feel tired. So just be careful not to press down too hard. And turn your pencil, okay? Oh, this is so much fun to do. I love drawing. Do you guys like drawing better or painting? Do you do any other kind of art? I used to do pottery and ceramics when I was in school, and I really, really liked that. I'd love to get back into that. That was a lot of fun. There's so many different styles of art that you can do. So there we go. The petals are done on my flower. So I'm going to take my green. See how sharp that is? I'm going to be careful not to press down too hard. And I'm going to color in the stem and the two leaves with my green. And I'm turning my pencil. And I will definitely be putting in a second layer of green. I'm pressing down really, really light because I don't want to break the tip of my pencil. Okay, let me do the leaves here. My dog is snoring in the background. I don't know if you can hear him or not. He's pretty loud. I always say this. Every time I start drawing, I relax so much. It's a great way to relax. And all of my pets relax too. My cats and my dogs, they all fall asleep when I start to draw and do videos. It's really funny. I'm just going to wipe off a few little bits here. Now I'm going to go ahead and put in a second layer of green in the leaves and the stem. Turning my pencil and not pressing down too hard. See the difference? I keep showing you the difference, but I think you'll agree that 2 layers is better than 1. Sometimes we only want to put 1 layer because we want a very light shade. But for these drawings, we want them to look really, really vibrant and colorful. All right. How are you guys doing? I hope you're enjoying yourself. Putting a little summery flower into your life, even if it's autumn or winter or spring or even summer, wherever you are. Now the last color I've got is brown, and I'm going to color in the entire pot brown. And then I'll show you what we're going to do with the middle part here after. But let's start with coloring in brown everywhere. I'm just going to be careful not to get any on the stem. And I'm turning my pencil, because this pencil is pretty sharp too. I don't want to break the tip. A little hair there. Okay. Turning my pencil. Now what I'm going to do is take my yellow color, and remember that little circle we did in the middle? I'm going to do a second layer of color, but instead of using the brown, I'm going to use yellow, just for that little circle in the middle, because I want it to be sort of a lighter color of brown. Looks a bit like the dirt in the middle there. You see? And now for the rest of the pot, I'll just put in a second layer of brown, but not in the middle there where I put the yellow, because we want it to look a little different. That's a little trick, you know. You can always layer with different colors. You don't always have to use the same color to do your layers. You can experiment with that and see what colors look really cool together. I'm turning my pencil. All right, this is looking really nice. Okay, so now I'm ready to start outlining with my black fine liner. And like I said, if you don't have a fine liner marker, you can use a black coloring pencil. Now I'm going to be really careful here. I don't want to go outside the lines. And I'm going to outline everything. Everything. Because I think it looks really nice when you outline. Let me try not to get outside the lines here. If you're doing this, take your time. It's really good practice for you to pay attention to detail. All right. I'm going to come back to the face after, but I'm going to start by outlining everything else. And after we're finished outlining, we'll add some details. I get those leaves. Are you outlining? Did you choose to outline? Are you like me and you think it looks really nice that way? I think it looks fabulous when you outline. There we go. Mine is all outlined. Now what I'm going to do is add a little bit of detail. The first thing I'm going to do is in the leaves, I'm going to draw a little line in the middle. You can use a black coloring pencil or you can use a dark green coloring pencil if you want, but I'm using my black. I'm just going to add some little veins there. And I'm going to do the same thing with this leaf. Just add a few veins, just like that. And in the dirt here, I'm just going to add a few little squigglies. Okay? Now let's work on the face. I'm going to outline her eyes. And that little oval at the bottom, I'm going to fill that in with black. There we go. Now for her other eye. Same thing. I'm going to fill that oval in with black. Make it a little more oval there. And I'm just going to outline her mouth. She looks cute. Now why don't we give her some eyelashes? Just some eyelashes on the top. Because she's a she and she has nice long eyelashes. And we'll give her some cheeks. And if you want to give the illusion of cheeks, you just do some semicircles at the edge of each side of the mouth, just like that. Isn't she a cute flower? How are you doing, my friends? Are you happy with what you've done? I think my flower looks really cute. I'm going to sign my work. I always tell you to sign your work. I want you to be really, really proud of the work of art that you've just created because it's beautiful. I hope you enjoyed this lesson, my friends, and we'll see you next time on Nature and the Universe. Thanks for watching. Bye.